what is a taco snack?
Burrito, a
burrito.
microwavable burrito.
With cheese and meat. And
they're so good. I looked up the company because I was like, I
wanted to
missed
buy
the
some.
taco snacks I used to eat in high school. And I went and I found the company, but I had to buy a box of like 300 taco snacks just because it's like.
Oh my
and
God.
I debated it. I was like, I could freeze it. Like,
it was debating.
That's a lot of taco snacks.
Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, a.k.a. Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest and co-hosts in the building. Got my dog DJ Doughy Fresh.
You gang.
Got the bald one, the great one, Pucho.
I'm impressed that he wasn't muted. Well, shout out to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, back from the freaking abyss, the Texas one without a gun, Mateo.
The obis.
Obis.
Yeah, I love the Obis.
The obis.
Back from the Obis.
I liked when y'all were wearing matching hats up there.
Yeah, I don't know why he changed it. I'm mad that he noticed it. Mad that he noticed that.
Pucho and I we try to color coordinate, but it turns out we don't own any of the same shirts.
Mateo's ridiculous, bro.
He has to go out in the rain and look in some puddles.
Find shirts and puddles.
So, Mateo, what's been good, man? We missed you here in the pod.
Man, I drove all across the Midwest of this country. I did 2,800 miles. And I will tell you, there's not a lot out there. The middle of the country is boring. That's not fair. Like Missouri, gorgeous. So gorgeous. Like driving through like these mountain roads, you can just oversee like just nothing but green cliffs. Awesome. So cool. But there was a lot of just flat corn fields and just flat land out there. Not a lot going on.
Dang.
Made some good time though, man. I made it up from Austin to Kenosha, Wisconsin, 15 hours. Google told me it was going to take 18 hours.
Dang.
Shaved 3 hours
Really?
off.
Yeah, you made great time.
I'm afraid of that whole area of the country. I feel like you're gonna drive into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like you're gonna find like this little, piece of shit looking area with just a gas station, a little clerk. He's got a store. You're like, how are you in business? Ain't nobody coming through here.
There's
That's 'cause they're gonna kill you. That's how
there
they
were
do
some
it.
sketchy gas stations there. I didn't run into any gas stations that were like cash only or anything weird like that, but there's some sketchy gas stations. I stayed at one. I stopped at this one gas station in like Southern Illinois, where I was. It was like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. It was late, right? And I was there like I just filled up, and I was sitting in my car like, booping on my phone, getting my map back in order, all that stuff. And there's 5 other slots open at this gas station. Every other gas pump is open, and this dude pulls up behind me and he honks at me. And I looked back at him, and I went, I just gave him a shrug. I pointed around all the other gas pumps, and he honked at me again. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I could get out and I could start this could be a whole thing. This could be a whole argument in a gas station, or I can just pull off. Why am I going to get stabbed in a gas station in Southern Illinois? It's not worth it.
Imagine he's like, that's my gas pump. Nobody goes through there ever, so he's so used to using that gas pump.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a wild gas station though. They gave me a key to use the bathroom, right? They had one of those like outdoor bathrooms that has like the little key. You know what that key was sitting on? That key was attached to a little mini baseball bat.
Whoa.
Okay.
It was like a little mini baseball bat with a key at the bottom. And I thought about it. I was like, that is not a good sign. This is not a good gas station I'm at. I should leave this one as soon as possible.
It's to beat off the bear that comes and tries to fucking the coyotes. Yeah, we got some coyotes back there. Just smack them with those.
Do you say coyotes?
Coyote.
I'll say
No,
coyotes
Doughy just
sometimes.
said coyotes, but I'm like, are you saying this in seriousness or in jest?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, you just said coyote 2 times.
Just I don't know. I
That's how
thought
he
when you
says it.
see, I thought when you see them, they're called coyotes, and like I don't know. There was like plural. I don't know.
No,
I
they're
like
called
I like
coyotes.
coyotes. It's very country. It's very western.
It's so good. Yeah, I've never heard of coyotes just randomly, and I'm like, I swear to God, whoever's saying this right now, they're clearly trolling me. Like, it's a fucking coyote. Like, what's the Wile E. Coyote? And nobody ever said that before. Like, so I'm
Ooh.
like, where did this start? I think it just feels like this got invented in 2022, and I've just started hearing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, I've never heard of that either. Crazy.
So check this out. I stopped at New Orleans on the way back. Right, I was there for 2 nights with my niece. Worst possible city to take her to. My niece is 16, so we couldn't go. You know, obviously we're not going to bars. We tried to look up like ghost tours. All the ghost tours go through bars, so those were out of the question. My niece doesn't like fried chicken or seafood. So that's like every restaurant in New Orleans.
It was like McDonald's.
It was an interesting trip. We had a lot of fun finding things for her to do.
I would bet that the McDonald's in that area sells fried chicken, dude. You'd be surprised. Some of the fast food joints in little areas, little pockets areas, they just serve different stuff.
How was it
Like,
over
I've
there?
seen people put up videos of like, I can't recall the restaurant, but it'll be like they pull up to a Taco Bell and they'll buy like fried chicken at the Taco Bell. And you're like, what? But it's like, yeah, that's just how we do out here in whatever, whatever country ass state they were in.
How was
Has
it in
anybody-
Tokyo for you, Pooch? Did you see a McDonald's over there, or Japan when you went to Japan?
Yeah. I actually went to McDonald's. I didn't like it too much, but I mean, it's
Really?
fucking McDonald's. But it was like, it was just one day we didn't really have an opportunity to like get food for whatever reason. We ended up getting food at McDonald's, and they did have a bunch of items on the menu that I've never seen before, different like flavors and things like that. It was McDonald's. It wasn't that impressive.
Yeah, but
Have any of you eaten a McRib?
Yes, 100%. I love the McRib. I'm all on board on the McRib train.
What about
Yo,
you?
one time my
It's
cousin Everett
fake
sent me a
meat.
video, and he was like, "Yo, watch this video. It's this guy eats 2 McRibs." He said, "Yeah, I saw this video and I threw up." That's the only thing I know about the McRib, and that it's seasonal.
It's like fake. Like it's like processed meat that's pressed into a shape and put between buns.
the most disgusting thing I've ever seen
Right.
in my life.
It's not even a rib.
No,
It's
it
just
is
like,
definitely not.
and it's got like the little ridges. It reminds me of the Salisbury steak we used to eat in elementary school.
Oof.
I could see that. It
Like-
gives me. It's like that plus like a sloppy Joe mixed together or something. They're
like
very
wet.
messy.
They're wet. It's like, ugh.
Mystery
I
meat. That's all it
remember-
is.
I've gotten especially from school, the Salisbury steak has given me indigestion for like several days.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit was just like no good.
Let
I
me
would-
just say, I like the Salisbury steak there.
Same.
Back in the day, I used to like it.
It's
In
like a wet
retrospect, it's
hamburger.
disgusting. I can't believe
It's
I
like
used
a
to eat that
wet
shit.
hamburger.
My favorite thing with school lunches was the the roll, plus those mashed potatoes, dude. I'm sure those mashed potatoes were like the fake kind. They were like the flakes that you just add water to or whatever.
I don't know.
They
Middle
hit
school,
though. They hit so good.
the taco snacks and the Mexican pizza was the busting. Them shits bust
You
every
you
time.
had to buy the taco snacks. The
That's
Mexican
cool.
pizza
I
they
used
made,
to
right?
steal them shits. You little crack the window, tap, tap, tap. Walk out that bed. That's it. You Gucci.
What is a taco snack?
It's
It's just a
literally
burrito,
A
a
burrito.
microwavable burrito.
with cheese and meat.
And
in
they're
the
so
back.
good. They are so good.
They would have you
Actually,
shitting though.
I looked up the company because I was like, I
wanted to
missed
buy
the
some.
taco snacks I used to eat in high school. I used to eat a taco snack almost every day in high school with ketchup. As disgusting as it sounds, taco snack with ketchup is delicious. It's crazy. And I went and I found the company, but I had to buy a box of like 300 taco snacks just because it's like.
Oh my
and I
God.
debated it. I was like, I could freeze it, like.
He was debating it.
That's a lot of taco snacks.
It's like he knew he was gonna eat them though. Over time, he would eat those. Like
If I was in college, I would have bought it. Cause like me and my old roommate, like one time we bought like 500 like Nathan hot dogs, like this massive fucking pack, and it just like it was one of the best purchases we ever bought. We bought that. We bought like a lifetime supply of tuna fish, and like, I'm talking about like a seismic jar of pickles. And then we would just we'd like make relish for our hot dogs, or we'd like chop up, we'd put relish in our tuna fish sandwiches.
Fire.
And those two things got me through a lot of meals when I was broke in college. Hot dogs and tuna sandwiches.
fucking
I remember.
I'm
New
so
York-
on board. I love both those things, dude.
what?
I'm not a big fan of tuna, but
They used to serve us beef patties at school in New York, and that was my favorite. I remember that.
Damn, beef patties. That's crazy.
Yeah, they were fat too, like real fat.
I didn't appreciate the beef patty back then.
I've always loved.
So I
beef
kind of
patties.
regret it because I think I would have been a beef patty dude. But also, I'm kind of glad because what elementary school beef patty can't be that good.
It was
I
decent.
don't know, bro. that damn chicken sandwich in high school, A1. The
Middle
Papa
school
John's
chicken
pizza
sandwich.
with the additive ketchup on top, A1.
Papa John's pizza.
With ketchup on top.
A1. You
They
didn't have
already
Papa
got
John's
that.
pizza?
They already got that medicine ass tasting, like the tomato sauce to add. It's funny.
Nah, that Papa John's pizza was good. I think banging. Yeah, have you
Shit's
guys
making me
seen the
hungry.
Apple Vision Pro?
Yes, I think it's a cool concept. I think it's way too expensive, and I don't know who in the hell is going to want to wear these like ski goggles on their face.
Apparently, you can see through them. Like you can obviously see through it, but I don't know. I mean, the price is too much. But if it
They
was,
said they're not designed. They said they're not designed to fit comfortably around glasses either. So you either have to get some special lens inserts or wear contacts, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. The 3,500 is a little too much for me. But if it was cheaper, I might buy them myself. I mean,
The concept's cool. I love the concept of like augmented reality. I think that the ability to do that is very cool. We just haven't seen any cool actual implementations of it so far.
and it looks
I mean,
cool though.
what they showed was incredible. Like the idea that I could be like, oh, I want to watch this movie. And I could just sit there and then I could be sitting on the moon, right? And make the movie just so massive in front of me that it just takes up my whole vision. Like that just seems incredible to me. I don't know. This is like I had always said, like, oh, I'm looking forward to in VR when I could be like, you know, I could get those special tickets where you could be like on stage with like a performance, you know, during a concert, or like be courtside at the NBA game. And these goggles look like the technology is finally there to do something really cool with that.
I
also
what I
like the
saw.
idea that like it had cool features. Like if you had a MacBook, and it's shitty because it has to be a Mac, but if you just look at your laptop, it'll synchronize, and your laptop monitor will get blown up super big in front of you. So then you'll just get however big inch monitor you want, but you can
That's
make it as
awesome.
big and small as you want.
It's crazy. It looks amazing.
It seems interesting. I want to get hands on before I get too excited because like we know how these go. We know how these feature videos go. We know how it goes with video games. We know how it goes with technology, where they promise you all kinds of nonsense, and then when it actually comes out, it's like, it's actually not as cool as they said it was going to be. It's not as seamless.
Bro, for the price point, it has to be though.
3,500. That's pricey. That's a steep price.
Like I want to know what genius came up with that in the lab. Like, 3,500 is fine. We'll definitely get buyers. I'm pretty sure they would. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the reviewers and all that. But for the regular consumers like us, if you would have said 1,000, 1,500, I would have looked at it like, dang.
I think for VR stuff, like 2,000 seems to be about like the high end price that you aim for. But
Yeah,
but who
you
knows?
got to add the Apple tax.
You toss in the Apple tax, and this does look really cool. It does have a really interesting feature set.
Yeah,
I mean, the VR headset is like a full computer.
Mhm.
And I mean, like, if you go and look at what are some, mid-range Apple like computers, and they'll be 2,000, the 3,000, like 3,500 is expensive. It's not that far off from what their power users are paying for. It is like a niche product. So it is a little like I don't know. Like when I look at something like that, I'm like, man, I would love to play around with this, but it's like I don't want to pay $3,500 for it. But,
what looks cool though about I just like how it looks. It looks cool. Doesn't look like how the Oculus and all that. It just looks like futuristic, but just dope. I don't know. I like that shit a lot. The amount of cameras and sensors it has though. I believe one of the people were saying it has like 13 or something like that cameras and sensors all around the goggle.
I can't wait for the elites of New York to start putting this on when they go outside and in the subways with their put it on. Yeah, they're gonna get robbed. It's like most likely they're gonna get robbed.
I wouldn't walk around like with these on at all.
Yeah, I don't think that I'm leaving the house with wearing $3,500 on my face.
No way.
Think that thing's gonna have a battery life longer than like 3 or 4 hours too? No way.
It also has a digital.
Is that what they
crown.
said?
I have no idea. I don't know. I can't imagine it's gonna have a very long battery life unless they make it heavy, right? Batteries are heavy.
It's wired, but it's wired to like a battery pack.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, so yeah, you could see there's like a tiny little wire. What do you mean no?
They didn't say that was a battery pad. They said that's the like the PC box. That's like the
the PC's in the headset. It's a battery pack. It's small, and it's like cell phone size. It like fits in your pocket or whatever. So I that made me feel like the battery life was going to be pretty substantial, and
Maybe
it seemed like it probably isn't mandatory to have. Like you could probably have a shorter battery life by not having that plugged in, if you wanted to go like completely wireless or whatever. But
seems interesting. I don't know if I'll get any hands-on time with it anytime soon, but it seems interesting if nothing else.
Nah, I mean, yeah, like I said, if they change the price down enough, I wouldn't mind getting something like that. That's cool. You sit at home or you're in the office doing work. I wonder how it'd be for coding though. Could you imagine coding like that? That would be crazy.
As long as it's still using a keyboard, there's no, that Minority Report thing where like the computer makes his life so much easier. That seems like it would be such an annoying UI to have to interact with.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking that out though. That's cool for sure. But come out next year, so we'll see what what the reviews will say once it's out.
I mean, a bunch of the tech like YouTubers and stuff like that, they had hands-on time with it, and they said it was incredible.
Have there been some people getting early access to it?
Yeah, they had like some conference or something like that, and so a bunch of people got to play with it, but it was like in one of those those controlled environments. You only get like 40 minutes with the headset, things like that. But they all said it was super impressive.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what everyone said. That dude, Marquise, I believe, the YouTube reviewer, I watched his stuff, and he was saying like, with 30 minutes of him having it in his hands, wasn't enough time, but it was amazing. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see what it brings. So just to come back to last episode though, found another track bike. But it's like an e-bike. Dude was selling it for...
What company?
I don't remember the company.
Brand matters a lot.
I don't remember it. But he said he spent $2,500. But he said he was selling it for $1,000 because someone stole his batteries. And I guess both the tires are flat, whatever. I think that's minor shit. But he was selling it for $1,000. I wish I would remember the brand so I could tell you to see if that's like a
If it doesn't have a battery, then you don't.
It's not worth it. You can't go buy a replacement battery.
If it's an older bike like 2018 or it's no, yeah, you're not gonna be able to get that battery.
Yeah, I just thought it was, might be worth it since you're the bike guru of the chat here.
Yeah, there's just stick with the big three and you'll be fine. Specialized e-bikes, Trek e-bikes, or Giant e-bikes. Just stick to those three big companies and you should be okay.
Still pricey though.
Or you get on one of those shady sites and you just buy the cheapest e-bike you can find on one of those sites.
Yeah, Alibaba.
Really?
Yeah, you get an Alibaba express bike.
You have to wait like a month and a half for it to ship, but
and you got to probably put it together by yourself. But yeah, you got to get a frame, and then hopefully your frame fits the battery and everything.
Nah, that's crazy.
Can we say how crazy Alibaba is?
That sounds
I
crazy.
remember when it first came out. I don't know if it's still like that, but you could buy anything on there.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're gonna get what you think you're buying. You know what I mean? But allegedly, you could get anything. It'd be like a yacht. You could just buy a yacht on Alibaba. You're like $35 million.
You could buy. So wait, you could buy an airplane.
Yeah, like everything's a purchase on Alibaba.
Do y'all remember like in old magazines, like comic books and things like that, they had like the little the gyrocopters you could like send away to buy? I always wanted to buy one of those and put it together.
I wish.
I can't even remember what you're talking about.
You don't remember that? They had like you could send $20 and get plans to make a gyrocopter or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like the same thing where they had like the X-ray glasses and shit like that.
Reminds me, really for me, it was like those Scholastic book fairs. Mm-hmm. There's all these like books, but in like towards those like other pages, they had like all the like cool like science experiment type things, and those are like more expensive. And I always wanted to get those things. But
my parents told me no every single time.
Yeah, never.
That sucks.
Like actually, those Scholastic book fairs used to come around, and I used to get like a bookmark.
My dad would ask me, "Why do you want to grow crystals anyway?" I was like, "I don't know. They look cool, Dad."
I saw they had video games on mine. So Roller Coaster Tycoon, that was my first experience. I love that game too. I got it from my school, the Scholastic shit.
That's where you build the theme park,
That's
right?
fire.
Yeah.
That's dope.
You can just build a roller coaster that just tosses people off into the lake.